Hello to all my haunt family and friends. Well, I've got the bones on. And I was thinking about it back in December 6th of last year. I made a video of the goals I hope to achieve in my haunt this year. And I wanted to, wrap the deck, turn it into a Gothic style church, and I wanted to make that hers. And I'm honestly thinking about it, and this feels like more work. I was watching Scuba Spook's video the other day, and he's doing his really big mausoleum, and he's got I don't know if he's going to texture it, but he was complaining about how much work it was, and I totally know where he was coming from, because I think this was kind of a nightmare. So I glued it all down, and then I nailed it in. I've got all the corners in, and it's all stacked up. I'm going to leave it out here to dry. I started with Gorilla Glue. I ended up with Elmer's wood glue. I really hope that works, because if it doesn't, I'll have to work it out. That's what us haunters do, but I'll have to stick some other glue in there somehow. So I'm hoping it'll work, because regardless, once it's painted, and you know how I am about painting, I'll paint it over and over and over again, kind of like that hearse over there. So I think it'll stay together. But, yeah, back in December 6th, I didn't know what I was talking about, because this was a lot of work. So I'm going to jump around a little bit in this video, because stuff is here and there. So I have a couple panels out in the backyard that I'm going to show you in a minute. But this is the husband's Cauldron creep. He got the legs on there, and then, this was taking a long time to dry, so if you don't get your stuff done here by a certain time, the fog rolls in from the beach, and then it's freezing, so that's it, your day's over. But, that cauldron belonged to this witch, and her arm is broken. I'm going to see if I can rig her up, though. I'm kind of sentimental about her. She was one of the first things I bought. But this already has the lighting in it, and the flames outside light up. And, of course, it has, where is it? It's got a hole, there it is, for your fog machine. So, if we can get it working, it will do pretty much everything. And he's using this body that's broken. He was going to try to use the bag of bones, but it was too small, and this is going to look more realistic anyway, so it's better to do something like this if you've got one that's kind of broken anyways. But with his bag of bones, and one of my Tupperwares is just full of foam skeleton parts, I'm going to, cut this head in half and, pieces of bone, and I'm going to stick them on the outside of the wall. I'm probably going to have to use Velcro for the shelving and to attach the skeleton parts, because I need to be able to store this away. I'm actually going to have to make a wood container to slide it into, so that I can keep it close to the house and try to keep it protected. So anything that's coming out or off of it is going to have to come off. So I thought about magnets, and I think that's just too expensive, and I think Velcro is going to work. So I'll cut his head in half and stick him on there like he's trying to get out, or he got stuck in the wall somehow. I don't know. I'm thinking, the Indiana Jones ride at Disneyland, something like that. So, okay, I'm jumping again. These are the screw eyes that I'm going to wire the, the way I made this, it's all going to fit together. They have, ends, and then they have these. The way that I made it, it's all going to fit together so there won't be any seams. And then I'll put an eye hook here and an eye hook here, and I would like to zip tie it together. I think that would probably be a better way to go rather than wire, although I've had pretty good luck with wire too. When I put the stained glass in, I'm going to have little gaps from here. I'm thinking I'm going to use insulation foam, but I'm thinking I'm going to glue it in, and then once it's painted, it'll be waterproof. And if you guys have any ideas of how to do this better, just totally tell me. I won't get offended. I've never made anything like this before. So, this is the roller that I'm going to use to make the texture of the stone. And this is the color I picked. If I get done with this and I think this is too light, I'll probably, you know, I've got all this paint, you know, I'll probably just mix some crap together and, you know, do a darker gray and then go from there. Okay, I'm jumping again. Okay, so you know how I buy stuff from Grandin Road and I try to get stuff on sale, and I'm so thankful that I looked this year, and I don't really think I need to give them a bunch of my money, but I did need to have this dog, and he was only $29, and then I did this survey, which felt like they were just trying to figure out how much I make a year and what kind of home I live in, but that's okay, because they weren't trying to give me magazines. They gave me 20% off, so I got the 20% off. Oh, I guess it's not on there. I got the 20% off of the 29 bucks, and it almost covered the shipping. So that was cool. Alright, so we'll go to the backyard now, and I'll show you what I got going on there. Okay, we're in the backyard. Alright, so this is my doorway. This is the only part that's not textured, and it doesn't have any bones yet. I said I'd work today until I ran out of the wood framing, and I did. And that's okay, because I've got so much to do. I need to cut out several pieces that are this shape. This is 8 foot. I needed to cut it down to 91 inches because it needs to go under the gutter, because Ram said that the thing is going to tear off my gutter, and then my husband's going to be mad. So that's okay, because now I have lots of pieces for trim. So these last 2 pieces, they're textured, but they don't have the backing because I ran out of wood. So this is the part that I started to paint. But it's getting colder than a witch's tit out here. You like how I threw that in there? My mom used to say that. I'm not even kidding. So there's that. It's not painted. But I did paint this one. So I'm thinking the texture is going to work. And then as long as when I roll over it, I keep my lines. And if I don't, I'll just have to go over it with a little brush. I'm going to have to do brush work anyways because of the difference there. You know, that's okay. I'll have to do some stuff to make it as good as it can be. But this is really sucking up the paint, but I'm hoping that now that the roller's saturated, I'll be using less paint, because I used all that on like 1/2 of a panel. Kind of worried about how much paint I'm going to have to buy. So, okay, you guys, that's it for now. I've taken up enough of your time. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next Monday, and hopefully it'll be looking like stone. Okay, haunters for life. Stay scary out there. Peanut, who's a super cute dog? I'm going to dress you up like a clown for Halloween. You're going to hate it. That's what you get for eating all the irrigation.